was really hard to make because I'm not gonna lie, I was not happy when I heard about the live adaptation that Netflix is making because Netflix has let us down before. But seeing the cast and characters that I know so far, it still bothers me that John Cho is an advanced age. Okay, he's 49. He's not that advanced, but he's 49 playing a 27-year-old character. That bothered me when he was playing Spike Spiegel. He has a look, he's lanky, he's tall and everything, but the fact is, it's like he was just old. He was way older than the character's supposed to be, and that bugged me a lot. Jet Black, come on, it's an insult when you get the darkest brother in the room playing Jet Black when Jet Black wasn't that dark. And I'm like, are y'all really trying to, y'all kidding, right? Y'all trying to joke? But the one that a lot of people have issues with is definitely Daniela Pineda, and she's supposed to be playing Faye Valentine. Now, I already have my own personal thoughts on Faye Valentine, and I actually made an audio of it, but I haven't really put it in the video form yet. But when I do, you'll hear my thoughts. But at this point, seeing the cast and characters, I understand why people are put off. And I was extremely put off. I was put off when I heard that Gren was going to be non-binary. Because when you hear anything in the form of any type of identity politics or any type of sexual orientation or gender, you automatically roll your eyes. And that's how I was. I automatically rolled my eyes when I heard the word non-binary. Because me coming from the 80s, I'm like, what the hell is that? What, they're a cyborg? Like, seriously. But when you hear that, you roll your eyes. Especially when there's too much identity politics in film, in TV, in everywhere, that really does penetrate your brain, and it's annoying. Especially if you're from a different generation like me. I'm from a different generation. And every time I hear that, I'm like, seriously, you're going to do it this time? But after looking at the cast and characters and seeing who they're going to have in the film, it's a possibility that we might be proven wrong. Now, it's not really so much, yes, I would love for them to look exactly like the characters on the series. I would love for them to have that same coolness factor that came off the series. But I'm wondering, and I'm going to try to put my fandom aside here no matter how much it irritates me of how bad this casting is in my mind. I'm wondering if these people are going to pull it off. I want to be wrong. I so want to be wrong. But after looking at IMDb and looking at the people they have so far announced, there's a good chance that we might be proven wrong. My expectations for this series is low, like way down there. But I'm not going to say it's a dumpster fire until I actually see it. Now, yes, Netflix has a bad track record of taking live action adaptations of anime and ruining it. I can go into the multitudes of the ones that they screwed up. But this one here, just looking at the cast and characters, and they know how beloved the series is. This is a 23-year-old series that still holds up today. And looking at who they casted, I'm going to have a a fraction, a mustard seed size of optimism here. And I want to give it a chance. I really do. I want to be proven wrong. I just don't want anything from this generation now to be put there, because this was done in 1998. Things were way different 23 years ago. It was not how it is now. I want it to be like how it was then. I don't want anything in this modern time to be put there. And I'm wondering if they're going to really pay homage to who created it. Since the creator walked away, I'm having extreme doubts on how good this is going to be. But I really do want to be proven wrong here. I honestly want to give this a chance. Because I'm not going to lie, I was in rant mode. I recorded this thing 4 times because I made it into a giant rant of how bad this thing was. Because of how the people casted these characters and how way off they are, and how the fact that you make it all about gender, you make it, well, not so much gender, but sexual orientation or race or gender. The fact you make it about that, I'm like, it wasn't about that at all. It never was. And I made this into a giant rant that I had to re-record maybe 6 or 7 times because it was way too much ranting. And and after watching it this morning, I'm actually on episode 3, the honky tonk women, which is the introduction of Faye, it not only brought back the nostalgia factor, it made me think about the live action series. And yeah, it made my blood boil, but then after looking at the names and the people who are casted as these characters, it just might be something different. I mean, not so much something different. It is going to be different, but it might just be something that won't be a total dumpster fire. I have a little sliver, a mustard seed size of hope that this is going to turn out well. And as of right now, there is going to be Ed. Ed is going to be in this series. But we don't know who is playing her. We don't know when she's going to show up. And I'm hoping it's a she. I'm just saying. But other than that, guys, I really have a small sliver, mustard-sized seed full of hope for this thing being well. Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe it's the fact of how much I love Cowboy Bebop and how much I hope that these characters and these actors are love this series as much as we do. So I'm not going to completely crap on it until I see the first episode. I am going to do a review of the first episode of Cowboy Bebop on this series. I mean, on this channel. Good grief, on the series. I'm going to do the first episode review of Cowboy Bebop on this channel. And at least I'll have an idea on where they're going to be going forward with this, or whether or not it is watchable. So before I completely crap on the series and say, oh yeah, this is garbage, I'm going to actually watch it first. And I'm going to be a bit, I guess, diplomatic. I guess that's how you say it. But I'm honestly going to look into this with, you know, a whole open mind, and I have a sliver, a small fraction, itty bitty fraction of hope that this is going to go well. But I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think that this show is going to be a major dumpster fire because of all the controversy that's still around it? Or do you think that there's a little bit of hope that we could be proven wrong? I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know how you feel. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace out. I had to do this. I had to make this comparison before I ended this discussion. I put an actual photo of Faye, Spike, and Jet Black from the live adaptation and compared it to a bunch of cosplayers that was playing all 5 characters. Ein, Faye, Ed, Spike, and Jet. And I want to know, who do you guys think did it better? In my opinion, there's a clear winner. See you next time, Space Cowboy.